Welcome to the BAM Sports Show.
I carefully place all of it in various trash cans around.
Any other headlines you guys are interested in tomorrow?
I'll poop in a urinal.
It's going to be a wet one.
He shoots, he scores, you suck.
Rick's wife is going to make him sleep in the bathroom tub tonight.
A dark horse candidate of where I may eventually want to end up living for good.
Welcome to a brand new sports show experience coming through your wavelengths. Let's get ready to have some fun. So sit back, crack open a drink, and let's talk some sports.
And let's talk some sports indeed. Welcome to the BAM Sports Show. I'm your host, Blake. It is Tuesday, January.
Not January.
It's March.
Jesus, it is March, not January. Cloudy. March 14th, I believe, right? Yeah,
Correct.
March 14th.
Yeah.
I'm joined as always with the Tuesday night crew, Ryan Keith. What up, fellas?
Yo,
What up?
heard some gunshots outside of my house earlier. It was wild. Wild in the streets.
You shoot back?
I don't own a gun. Are you kidding me?
What? Why not?
My wife won't let me. So, real talk though, I'm trying to let me buy a less than lethal gun because Wilson Arms makes a less than lethal like shotgun, but it's just a shotgun that I can put normal shotgun shells in. So it comes with like bags and like pellets, but less than lethal.
That's funny.
Trying to find those loopholes in marriage.
Hey, you gotta. Well, we got a fun show tonight. We got a whole bunch of football news, both XFL, NFL, maybe a little bit of baseball. We'll see how long we fucking go. New time on Tuesdays for us, 9:15 Central Standard Time. For our East Night crew, you can fall asleep, listen to these beautiful, beautiful voices.
Yeah, baby.
XFL this week, big week, right? Houston Roughnecks roll the Orlando Guardians 44-16. Orlando.
They covered the spread just by themselves.
Yeah, and
The over-under.
for Orlando, they put 16 points up. That's a new record.
That is a new record.
Yep.
Congrats to that franchise.
Good for you guys. Really, good for you.
You put up 16 points.
Did either of you watch the video that Rick shared about Terrell Suckley going off, I guess, or whatever?
I did not get a chance. You guys send so many messages, and like if it's during a work day, I usually turn my phone on, like do not disturb for a couple of hours because I'm learning on the fly how to be an engineer.
Nice.
I was at the gym when he sent it, so no.
But I guess there's no faith in Paxton Lynch, which, duh.
Why would you? Although he was statistically the best quarterback in that game.
Yeah. But that's only because Houston ran 200 fucking plays.
Exactly.
I mean, Jesus. I'm excited for that Houston Battlehawks game. I think that'll be a fun one.
It will be a fun one.
Seattle beats the Brahmas 15-6. Kind of a defensive struggle there.
So it was a bit of a snoozer.
San
Especially
Antonio
last
doesn't
game.
have an offense.
I fell asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was so late, right? Like it started.
It was
9
o'clock. 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
9
It was
o'clock.
like a 9 o'clock
9 o'clock.
kickoff on a Saturday, which,
Yeah.
I mean, I hear you. I sound like an old fucking man now saying that's late, but I wasn't. There was zero chance of me finishing. I put like fresh sheets on the bed, took a nice hot shower at like halftime, and I was done. There was no chance.
Yeah. Not really much to say on that one. Roughnecks was an offensive, steamrolling. Sea Dragons did enough.
Yeah, no Flash Gordon magic in that game, I guess.
No, they didn't need it. Who's unplugging and plugging in things?
Probably the guy that's looking around. Is that you, Keith?
I'm not doing anything.
Oh.
Do you hear my mouse? Is that what you're hearing?
I don't know. Some Windows noise.
The
Anyways.
DC Defenders
Are
beat
you hearing wind?
No. Are you breaking?
Bitches. DC Defenders beat Vegas 32-18 on Sunday night. We'll go to the early game next. DC wins again. They rolled to, what, 4-0?
4-0. 4-0. Best in the East for now.
Big game coming up this Saturday. St. Louis beats Arlington 24-11 at their home opener with XFL record attendance, 38,310 screaming fans in attendance.
And live on this show right now, I actually have a surprise for you. It's Blake because he was there in attendance.
I was there.
Surprise.
It was.
Let's get an interview with somebody who was there at the game.
It was. I mean, it was loud. I got 8 different sound notifications on my watch. So if my watch goes over 90 decibels for like 2 minutes straight or something like that, it sends like a sound alarm. So I got 8 of those. I mean, from the first drive, the crowd made a difference. I think they had to go to the silent count in like the second quarter because they just couldn't hear anything.
Yeah, it was loud. It was definitely the loudest of an XFL game I've sing.
Yeah. So
I wasn't even there live.
Yeah, it was really cool. We did drink them out of Bud Select in the stadium, which is, I think we're pretty proud about that, seeing as it's brewed here in St. Louis.
It's true. I'm surprised you don't just have like a tunnel into that place, or like just
there
like
is at Busch.
Like, is there?
Yeah, there's it's a direct pipeline from the brewery.
That's the word I was looking for. Pipe. How could I not think of pipe?
Yeah, that's why actually some of the beer at Busch is some of the best beer because of that.
Shitty team. Great stadium.
Shitty team. Great stadium. Big game coming up next week, though, as DC comes to St. Louis. Saturday night, 6 o'clock kickoff.
And it might be louder somehow.
It might be louder. We'll talk about it on Friday.
Yep.
I have my worries.
We'll talk about that on Friday, but the St. Louis crowd's going to show out.
I think there's going to be a fight.
Might. It's going to be a fist fight from the first snap of that football game. Hey, we'll talk about that on Friday. Because I know Rick's going to have his thoughts, and Danny's going to sit there and look pretty while we talk XFL.
Yep.
Moving on to the NFL. Holy
Nothing
shit.
happened. Nothing happened, right?
There has been
slow
lots of
news
stuff.
day.
So starting with yesterday, Ryan, you want to lead us off with some big signings?
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
Here, let me do the Packers one. We signed Keyshawn Nixon. Okay, I'm done.
Who is that?
I'm done.
Who's that?
He's the guy who returned the kickoff last year.
Oh, very
That's it.
nice.
That's all the Packers did.
Very good.
Big free agency for them.
Yeah, so the list I have is just like the most recent shit. You know what I mean? It's not starting from the beginning.
Right.
Bears are signing Travis Homer, 2-year deal worth a maximum of 4.5. That is just now coming across the board.
That is disgusting.
I just don't get it. But all right. Fucking Jamal Williams is out there.
What are we paying him? Did it say?
$4.5 million.
A year?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes a little more sense.
Yeah.
It's like a backup in case we don't land Jamal or somebody we talked about pre-show, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Chiefs just signed a defensive end, former 49ers defensive end, Charles Omenihu. Omenihu. I don't know how to say his last name. The big news of the evening, Lions getting the former Bears running back. Sad for me, David Montgomery. I've loved that dude since the draft.
He's from Iowa State, right?
He is Iowa State, yep.
The psycho. I like David Montgomery. He was never like one of those big, like, he's always going to be a workhorse when he's healthy.
Yeah, like that. The thing is he wasn't flashy, and he didn't have any like big playability. He's not going to break off a 40-yard run. He's just not a top speed kind of guy. So pairing him with somebody like Swift in Detroit will work, as we saw it work with Herbert in Chicago.
Yes.
Little more draft pedigree with Swift, but got a couple of restructures. Fred Warner, Stephon Diggs, a lot of shit coming out today.
Andy Dalton signing a 2-year, $10 million
Dalton.
deal with the Carolina Panthers.
Yep. The big news right now in Bears world is the Bears haven't really signed an offensive tackle yet. One of the sneaky ones that I was hoping would fall went back to the Falcons today, Caleb McGarry. 3-year, $34.5 million deal.
That hurts,
There's
yeah.
still a lot of smoke about the Bears. So from what I've heard today is the Bears really want Orlando Brown, but they want to pay him top right guard money, whereas he wants top left guard money. And it's because the reason he's still out there is a lot of the NFL is just thinking of him as a right tackle moving forward, which physically he does project there a little better. I also don't think, even if he was agreed to it, I don't think he deserves top money. I don't think he was the second best tackle available, I think.
With McGlinchey being one.
Yeah. And I'm not a huge fan of McGlinchey. Not now. Not that he took $80 million from the damn.
I just think there's
Broncos.
so much like with us sitting at 9, like you're gonna get arguably one of the best offensive linemen in the draft.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to really, I understand they want to pay top dollar for what you're like Poles is willing to pay your value, top dollar at right tackle. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If not, we'll draft an offensive lineman at 9.
So, what's the worrisome part there is Paris Johnson is the only one that's realistically worthy of that 9th overall pick, because he's going to be the one out of the big 3 that stick at left tackle. Skoronski from Northwestern, he's the hometown, boy, Chicago boy.
Mm-hmm.
He projects more as a guard. His arms are shorter. He's not going to push you out further. He doesn't have a prototypical tackle body, and I think eventually he's going to be forced to guard. And then Broderick Jones, I think that he'll end up being one of the best right tackles to come out of the draft in a recent time, but you don't draft a right tackle, I feel like, at 9. No, McGlinchey is one thing. He got drafted high, and he's strictly a right tackle. But I don't know. One of the rumors floating out there, and I don't know if it's a rumor. Well, the rumor is the Bears are interested in Laramie Tunzel, who's now available. And one of the trade floats that I saw out there was the Bears send 9 and 61 for 12 and Laramie Tunzel.
I love that.
Yeah, I'd do that all day. Because at that point, it's a little more palatable. You're skipping one of the top dudes, right? The top offensive tackles now. You'll grab one in the 2nd or the 3rd round and let them develop behind Braxton Jones.
Yep.
But now, okay, I'm at 12. I feel a lot better about drafting a cornerback. Or I feel a lot better about drafting a safety. I feel a lot better about drafting a wide receiver.
JSN would potentially be available at 12 too.
I mean, we did just trade for. That's also the big news that we haven't really gotten to talk too much about, have we?
No, we talked about it on Friday night show.
Yeah, that's right.
For a nice point.
But JSN, I feel like JSN is DJ Moore. I feel like they're very similar in their games. DJ Moore has a lot more top end speed, and I think he's probably got better hands at this point in his career. But yeah, some cool ideas out there. I'd be very happy with that. I'd even give him 61 instead of 64.
Would you know?
Or I think it was 61 because 64 is our first pick in the third. So it'd be 61. But I'd even give them, 52, 53, whatever for the Ravens trade. Yeah. I'd
think
give
the
them
thing-
that good trade.
I think the thing that excites me, right, is like we have been, and Keith included because he's a Cubs fan, like we have been ran over the coals with not the greatest builds.
Right.
Obviously, before I'm talking Cubs before 2016, 2015, right? Like
Right.
the 90s and stuff. But like
The Cubs since 1940 something.
Yeah, you know,
Well,
like
I
it's
guess
just
84. 84 was the last big good team before. I don't think there was a good. Was there like a marquee team in the 90s for the Cubs?
Wasn't it 2000? It was 2001, right?
Two.
Yes.
02, 03, or 03, 04. Because that's when we had Derrick Henry
Yeah.
and Piss Hands.
Derek Lee.
Derrick Lee.
Yeah,
So
Derrick Henry.
I'm in football mode still. Sorry.
Yeah,
My
we
head
had
is killing me.
Derek Lee.
But
But it
what
was
I'm
the year
saying
before
is,
that when we
like,
had Carey and Mark.
It's
Yeah.
exciting to have a front office that's not just fucking up an opportunity.
True.
Like
Very true.
It feels like they like from the start of last year, they have had a plan. It has been clear what their plan is, and every move that they have made, for the most part,
Has made
backs
sense.
up what they're saying. Yes.
I'm gonna let's hop on the Twitter real quick and see what people are saying about the Bears.
The other big
Travis
news we're waiting
Hunter.
on in the NFL. I'm not letting him get out of this conversation. You turn his camera off all he wants. We're still going to have this conversation. The other news that we're waiting on in the NFL is it sounds like Aaron Rodgers has given a wish list of free agent targets to the New York Jets in order for him to agree to a trade.
The hostage situation.
They did sign wide receiver Lazard today to a 4-year, $44 million deal.
Which is cheap.
The Lizard King.
Lizard King.
And it does look like more and more smoke of Aaron Rodgers leaving Green Bay and going to the Jets.
Sure.
Breaking news. Oh, hold on. Breaking news. It does look like he'll be going to the Jets, and then in 2 years he'll be returning to Minnesota to be a Viking.
Not 2 years, just next year.
Just next year. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, typo.
So this year, not because time is a flat line.
Except in the Avengers universe.
You just go back and just snap it away.
Good Lord.
This guy says, bye, Keith.
Bye.
So how are we feeling about,
I'm indifferent. I just want it to be over.
I love it.
I just want it to be over.
Chaos.
I've told you guys before. I've gone through this before.
That's true.
No pun intended with before, because I've gone through it with four.
Yeah.
Brett
Oh,
Favre.
I see what you did there.
Brett Favre.
I've seen it happen. Nobody wanted Rodgers playing, and look how that turned out. I'm not saying Jordan Love's that guy,
Yeah, you got one Super Bowl out of it.
but 4 MVPs. And winning season after winning season after winning season.
That's true.
Mhm.
True. That's good enough, I guess. Is Aaron good enough, Rodgers?
Hey, Keith, question.
What up?
Would you be happier if the 4 MVPs were 4 rings and only 1 MVP? Just
Well,
asking.
yeah. Well, yeah.
All right,
Yeah, of
just
course
asking.
you would.
Of course I would. But if Jordan Love does similar things to what Rodgers did, am I going to be happy? Sure.
In what
You'd be happy
planet
with
does
one
Jordan
Super
Love
Bowl.
do that?
Hold on, though. You'd
People
be happy
said
with
that-
1 Super Bowl in the next 20 years?
Sure. Why not? I mean, if we're meeting competitive, I'm okay with it. Jordan Love time, baby. It is what it is. I don't know what this is.
It's
But it just-
John 52, John 87, Deer 1.
But if John Deere is on, wait, no, it's 52 for Clay, 87 for Jordy, right? Am I right? I have no idea.
And the 1 for JF1.
The next true owner of the Packers.
JF1.
So it's a bit of a hamstring contractually.
100%.
I can't talk tonight. Any night.
How many mic bites are you in?
0. I'm out. I'm out. If anybody wants to buy some more, holler at your boy.
Did Ryan just
So-
ask our listeners to buy him marijuana?
Yeah, I did. So if somebody wants to sponsor my high, I'm going to try some of the Missouri marijuana.
But the
next
Cubs,
month.
the Cubs. Look at me being Ryan apparently, but the Packers are in a financial bind until
One way or the other.
run one way or the other. But depends on what he does, how much money we have. If he retires, we have a little bit more. If he gets traded, we have a little bit less. If he stays, we have none.
So I'm reading a little bit right now of, let's say he retires.
Mhm.
That's where we started the pre-show conversation, as if he retires.
Right.
They're going to have this is for 2024 or for like this season?
For 2023.
Okay. A $40.3 million dead money hit.
Yep. Mhm.
So that's just against the cap.
Then we owe him nothing else after that if he retires.
$40.8 million was specifically designed by Rogers Camp to be a roster bonus. Unlike a signing bonus, the Packers don't have rights of recoupment for any type of contract breach, including retirement after the 2022 league year with the roster bonus. So that's smart on his part.
Yeah.
But now for trade, they're still going to be hit for that dead cap, right?
Yeah, we'll still be hit with that $40 million.
Okay. And then what would I'm trying to find it. What would let's say Jets, that's the team it seems like.
Mhm.
What would they be on the hook for?
I think it's
Oh, there it is. $15.79 million
so it's
cap hit for
15.7 more.
Rodgers.
Yeah. Then if he stays, it's like 60 million or something stupid.
Yeah.
Which of
it's-
the three decisions would upset you the most? Him staying, him going to New York, or him retiring?
I don't know.
Honestly, if he stays, I think that's pretty fucking hilarious because
this
he's
point-
getting the Jets to sign like his old trash.
He trolls both teams.
Oh my god! And what
And
if
then
he?
just retires?
Well, so the rumor right now is he's going to be on McAfee's show tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Well, he always said March 15th was his deadline.
So it sounds like he's gonna the Ides of March.
Oh, so we
Stab
are
the
on the
Packers in
eve
the
of
back.
the decision, huh?
Maybe.
It sounds like it.
If he pulls a LeBron,
Oh my god! Hats. Give him the hats.
I'm going to
Pats. Give him the
just
hats.
give him hats.
Do you think there's any chance of like a dark horse team that like none of us expected?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
No.
The Raiders paid Jimmy G so much. There's no other team.
Carolina.
Carolina just paid Andy.
Carolina got Andy Dalton, which, whatever. But they also just spent all of that capital to move up to the first overall pick.
Yeah, but there's rumors that they want to move out of it now.
If they do.
Hey, I don't make the rumors. I just read the motherfuckers.
I know. He needs
Wouldn't
to
that
go
be
to New
funny,
York
though?
and suck.
Hmm?
He needs to go to New York and suck, yes.
Tampa Bay? What about Tampa Bay?
He can do Tampa. Just Tampa. I don't know if Tampa has money, though.
No, they're over. They're way over cap.
Yeah.
They're literally in cap hell.
Let's look. Where are they at?
I think they're
They're the
worst.
worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so it's not as bad now. They're just $176,000 over.
Just.
Yeah,
They
I
also
mean,
only have 42 players on their roster.
they got 54 signed right
I'm
now.
just kidding.
That's literally the minimum.
I'm shocked they didn't start dumping receivers for cap space.
– so they might.
I mean, who's
You
their
never know.
quarterback? Kyle Trask?
Currently Kyle Trask.
Oh, but they're going after Baker.
But they're going after Baker. Is the rumor.
Do we like
with what
Baker
money?
and do we like Baker in Tampa? Progressive
not?
sponsoring it.
Why not?
He's playing for the league minimum as long as he can live in the stadium.
Yep. Ryan, so I finally tried one of those Nitro Pepsis.
They're decent, right?
Yeah, they're pretty good. Now, have you
It's-
ever just had one like out of the can, like cracked it and just drank it out of the can?
No.
Don't do that. It tastes flat as.
Does it?
Yeah. So the way the way those nitro drinks are designed is they've got, when you open it, they've got this train.
Yep, it's
is
me.
what they've got. They've got this thing in the bottom of the can that holds all the nitrous oxide. So when you flip it over, it mixes. It properly. That's why you
interesting.
want to pour it into a cold glass.
Interesting. So it makes no sense as to why they sell them in a fucking gas station then.
Correct.
Interesting. That's our random thought of the night.
They're all right. Like, it was really good with ice cream. I made a
Ooh.
float with it once.
I think I'm doing a root beer float after the show.
It's pretty good. I think I'm going to bed after the show.
Yeah, bed sounds lovely.
Keith has no kids
I
right now.
have no kids for
He
like the
gets
entire
a quiet
week.
house.
Gets to sleep, doesn't have to worry about making breakfast, cutting it up.
Oh my god, I don't have to get up and make my daughter breakfast or like get her lunch ready for school.
God, you know, next week when she's back home is gonna be just hell.
I'm
She's gonna ratchet it up a notch.
gonna hate all of it.
She's watching right now with Grandma, and she's going, "Okay, all right, I see, Dad. I see. Quiet. You get to sleep. Not anymore, motherfucker."
Oh my god,
What?
what the fuck?
You Packers fans are into weird shit, apparently.
I think that's Danny. It sounds like a Danny thing.
Yeah,
That is
he
definitely
did call us
a
twinks last week.
Oh, man. Other news, Taylor Heineke signed a 2-year, $20 million deal with Atlanta.
That's crazy. That's a big deal.
Yep, for a backup.
Yeah.
He'll compete.
Nah,
Back-
Desmond's got that job.
Back onto the free agent frenzy. James Bradbury's going back to the Eagles. Colts traded Stephen Gilmore to the Cowboys.
For a 5, right?
Yep.
I don't. Okay.
He's getting old. You know, he's older. Larry Ogunjobi going back to the Steelers, 3 years.
Also, Patrick Peterson going to the Steelers.
Patrick Peterson going to the Steelers.
Getting out of the
Jetson,
North.
Alan Lazard. We just said, you know, that's a deal.
Lazard.
Lazard.
Lizard.
Alan Lizard. Giants are re-signing Garrett Bradbury, who's a center, pretty good center. I was kind of hoping him and Ethan Posick were the ones that I was like, maybe Bears, but does not happen.
Giants also got Darren Waller.
Giants traded today for Darren Waller. Fucking crazy.
That's big, huh?
For
Yeah.
a third round pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nuts.
So
Packers offered a second last year.
Nobody wants to play in Green Bay.
that's true.
The Raiders
Yeah.
declined it, not Darren Waller.
Do you want to talk about the Bears real quick, Blake? I've been trying to stay away from Bears
Yes, let's
stuff
do it.
just because of Keith.
I don't care. It's
All
it's
right.
good.
So DeMarcus Walker, defensive end, he played for the
Tennessee,
Titans last year. Man, I'm pretty pumped. I think that's a sneaky, like low key move for them to make.
Yeah.
Brisker led the team with 4 sacks last year. I think he will do better than that.
Yep.
You know, still not as good of a first couple of days for the lines as I thought they were going to be.
Sure.
We did sign 2 major good linebackers. One, Tremaine Edmonds, who I've loved since he was a 19-year-old in the draft. 4 years, $72 million. So that's their big splash.
Mm-hmm.
Dude is a freak. I think he's gonna play so well this year.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
gonna
he
play
fits the
that
system.
Shaq Leonard system fit. And we also signed TJ Edwards. That was the one that opened up free agency on Monday.
Yep.
3 years, total of 19.5. 26 years old. That's the thing that is consistent with what the Bears have done recently.
Mm-hmm.
DJ Moore is 25. TJ Edwards, 26. Nate Davis, who's the one offensive line signing we got, another Titan. Little bit of injury risk there, but I think he's 25, 26. Tremaine Edmonds, 24, 25. DeMarcus Walker, he's younger. That's the thing that they're hitting on, which is why I'm wondering if they're going to be out on any of these tackles because Orlando Brown, he's 27,
right?
But unless he's coming over to play right guard, I don't think anything happens there. He'd be expensive as hell.
Yeah.
And then also the signing earlier, Travis Homer.
That one doesn't really make a ton of sense to me.
Speedy, career average of 5.5 yards per carry, solid pass catching depth for Seattle. So nice depth in core special teamer. More of a RB3 than anything.
Yeah.
And still hold number 9 on the draft.
Still holding number 9.
$45 million in cap space still. Who's out there still that you want to grab?
Cap space is what the Bears have right now. Cap space is what the Steelers have right now, actually. So just, I guess, starting quarterback-wise, there's nobody I want, but who's still available? Lamar Jackson, technically still available. He's got that non-exclusive franchise tag, 1 year, $32 million. Somebody's going to have to pay him more. And then I also think they're going to have to trade a first and a next year second or something.
No, it's 2 1s.
Is it 2 1s?
It's 2 1s for that, yeah.
That's insane. Nobody's going to pay that.
I mean, Denver did last year for Russ.
Nobody else out there is going to pay that. I can't see him fitting in right now with any other team.
True.
Brissett, Baker Mayfield, Gardner Minshew, Marcus Mariota, all still out there.
If Rodgers retires, I want Brissett. Or leaves. I want Brissett.
Solid.
As your starter?
Backup.
Mike
White getting the bag, securing the bag, 2 years, $16 million to back up Tua.
There's an interesting thought process there, Tampa, though.
That's true. They would have to clear up space because they're still going to have to take on
the contract.
Part of the Well, yeah, they're going to have to take on the full contract.
Yeah. Yep. So I think the money is probably the only thing holding that one back.
Taylor Heineke to the Falcons. We talked about that earlier. Sam Darnold got a 1 year
reunited with CMC.
Right, reunited with his BFF CMC out in SF. It's a lot of letters there.
Jesus.
Running backs, Montgomery was the big one out for me. Signed with the Lions. Miles Sanders is still out there. Devin Singletary is out there. Jamal Williams, Dante Foreman, Kareem Hunt is a free agent.
What
Damian
position?
Harris, running back.
Oh, sorry, I heard Kareem Hunt out there talking about kickers.
Jesus Christ. Out of those, I still really want Jamal Williams.
Yeah.
Give me those touchdowns.
Yeah.
And the fucking anime and the hip thrusts and everything. I love him as a person.
Now, if it's him or Eckler, who would you prefer?
Him.
Really?
He's gonna be cheaper.
Well, yeah.
I'm not gonna have to trade a pick to. I just have to pay him money.
True.
Wide receivers, looks like Michael Thomas resigned with the Saints, which happened earlier. Jacoby Myers today signed with the Raiders, 3 years, $33 million, which I thought he'd probably get a little more, but that's a good pickup for them.
Yeah.
For them. And Jimmy Garoppolo,
He's already
Garoppolo.
He's already thrown a game-winning touchdown for the Raiders.
That's true.
This is
That's very true. Odell's back out there. Obviously, they're still waiting on him to heal up.
I heard he's asking for $20 million plus.
One of the key cogs in this Aaron Rodgers saga.
Randall Cobb.
Nope.
Oh.
Odell Beckham Jr.
Odell Beckham Jr. Sorry.
Yep.
Randall Cobb's one of it.
That is true. He's also a free agent. Out of these, Paris Campbell's interesting. DJ Chark. Juju's out there. I think he ultimately goes back to the Chiefs, the Chefs. Julio's a free agent. I think it's probably about time for him to hang him up.
Mecole Hardman's a free agent, isn't he?
Yep.
He wants to be a Bear, actually.
He does want to be a Bear. He tweeted at Justin Fields, eyes emojis. Still the big name out there, Dalton Schultz for tight ends. He's like the biggest name of the guys, but Gesicki, Hayden Hurst, Austin Hooper, all names. Mercedes Lewis.
Those are all names.
Mercedes Lewis is going to be a Jet, though, according to Aaron Rodgers.
It's going to be a Jet. Yep. Out of those guys, I really actually like Mike Gesicki. I think you bring him in.
He's well-rounded.
Yeah, he's got great hands.
Yeah.
And he can block.
And he can block, yes. So I think that's one of the guys I'm still wanting the Bears to target. And then when you get into the offensive tackles, like all the big names signed. Orlando Brown Jr. still out there. Nothing right now. But McGlinchey with the Broncos, 5 years, 87. Jawan Taylor replacing Orlando Brown, 4 years, 80 in Kansas City. And then Caleb McGarry today going back to the Falcons. Isaiah Wynn is a name out there. Taylor Lewan. There's a bunch of guys I don't really know much of.
Billy Turner's a good tackle. He's a former
Packer. Yeah. I know of the name George Fant, but I don't remember why I know that name.
Good or bad?
Former Jet. He got an overall player grade in 2022 of 48.4. So no thanks there. I'm good. Isaiah Wynn, not too much better, 54.6.
Oof, no thank you.
He is young, though. He's 26. Wasn't he a first rounder, Isaiah Wynn?
You know what's going to be nice?
What?
When the Bears are like 6-11 this year and we still have the first overall pick.
Oh, we won't get the first overall pick. I think that Panthers pick, we're looking maybe late top 10. Maybe.
What?
Yeah. That division's wide open. Absolutely wide open.
Yeah, fair. But they're going to be a bad football team, dude.
Their defense is really good. They've got one of the best edge rushers, Brian Burns.
Sure.
They've got a good defensive backfield. I don't think the Panthers are as bad as people think. I mean, I think they're not. They don't have skill position. Who the fuck's he going to throw to?
I hope they suck. Robbie
I
Anderson.
Do too. Chosen
Anderson.
Oh, did he change his name?
He did last year to Chosen.
Okay, Robbie.
Chosen.
Isaiah Wynn was a first-round pick in 2018 by the Patriots.
He was late. He was like 31, 32. Would have been probably 32.
It's the Patriots in 2018, so it was probably really late.
Yeah. Going back to like who else is out there? Isaac Seumalo, who's a guard for the Super Bowl playing Eagles. He might be one that you're interested in, but getting Nate Davis, it's kind of a
Mute
a
point.
Yeah, it's a moot point because you still have Tevin Jenkins.
Yeah.
You still have some young guys there. And then the big names, the big boys in the interior. Draymond Jones, 3 years, 51.5. That's the
Yep.
one that a lot of Bears fans were pining after.
Yep.
Deron Payne he got franchise tags, signed with the Commanders, 4 years, $90 million.
Yep.
Crazy money. Javon
We would have
Hargrave.
paid it.
No, oh yeah. Hargrave going to the Niners, 4 years, $80 million. Another big number. But he's the Javon Hargrave and the Draymond Jones signings are like good for now, like good now signings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I can see why you're getting that much money. But outside of that, Zach Allen, Denver Broncos, 3 years, 45. So they've got a new lineman there, interior lineman. There's still some names out there. Akeem Hicks, still a free agent.
Oh, interesting.
Sheldon Rankins, he's old though, I think. 28.
Calais Campbell.
Calais Campbell, is he still out there?
I believe so.
No, I thought he signed with the. No, he was released by the Ravens, so he's not. He's a free agent, but he's also 37 years old.
He's still a big name.
The biggest spot where I think the Bears can maybe make some impact signings still is here at the edge. Clowney is available. I'm not 100% on him. I would much rather have the next guy that's still available in Arden Key.
Probably going to pay less for him too, honestly.
I don't know. I think you probably pay more for Key. He's got a little more. He played a little better last year. He had an 81.3 overall grade to Clowney's 75.8. Clowney's also on the other side of 30.
You don't want to bring back Robert Quinn?
I don't. But here's a name. He did pretty well for himself out in Los Angeles. Leonard Floyd is a free agent. Former
I would be
Chicago
interested
Bear.
in that one for sure.
Little come on back to the fold, baby. Yannick Nago. In last name. Usually better with last names. I'm just trashing them today. Ngakwe, right? Is that right?
You sure?
He's
good enough for the
he's
show.
still available. Melvin Ingram III, Frank Clark, Justin Houston, Kyle Van Noy, Dwayne Smoody, Dunlap, Shaq Lawson, Dante Fowler Jr., Carl Nassib. All good big names out there at edge. So I think
Bud
Yeah.
Dupree?
yeah, Bud Dupree is available.
JPP?
Maxine, is that Maxine's brother?
Yes.
You don't want JPP?
No. He's not available, is he?
He's on this list that I'm looking at.
Oh. Well, fuck. I don't know.
Ryan Clark would be dope.
Who?
Ryan Clark.
Frank Clark?
Frank Clark, yeah. Yeah.
He would
Ryan
be
Clark,
good.
this is the former safety of the Steelers.
Yep.
He would be good too.
Give me Frank Clark and Leonard Floyd.
Yeah, I'm taking Arden Key all day if I had my druthers.
Yeah.
Bobby Wagner's still out there. Levante David's still out as your free agent. Linebackers went pretty quick, though. Leighton Vander Esch went back to the Cowboys. Bobby Okereke went to the Giants, 4 years, $40 million, which is a pretty big splash there from that team. And then your cornerbacks and your safeties, the big guys have been picked. So there's still some names out there.
Drayden Poyer's going to become a free agent tomorrow, right?
I think he's a free agent now. But, yeah. I guess all of these free agents will technically officially be free agents tomorrow.
Yeah.
Poyer, no, he hasn't signed on with the team yet, so he's still available. I don't think we need safety help as much as I would like one more really good cornerback.
Yeah.
There's a guy, his name is Rock Yasin. Terrible player grades, but like that's a 9-level name.
Rockison.
Rock Yasin.
Come on, you know you want Eli Apple.
No.
No, no,
No.
no. Okay.
No.
Why not?
What did he get a grade as? His grade was 52.9. Another first rounder. One of 10th in the first round in 2016.
Robbie Gould's a free agent, isn't he?
He's not coming back to Chicago. He lives here. They're there. He's not
I'm
coming
just saying,
back
as a free agent,
He is. He is.
he can kick it Soldier Field.
Dude, they didn't even put kickers on this list.
I don't, yeah, I was like, I don't
Dang,
see it.
PFF. That's cold.
Oh, they hate kickers and punters. That's why Pat McAfee hates them.
Robbie Gould, Mason Crosby, Brett Maher, Chase McLaughlin, Eddie Pinero, Greg Joseph, who's going back to Minnesota, I think.
Man, I remember Eddie Nero. I was so stoked when we got him.
Pinheiro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he had all those like trick videos on like YouTube
Couldn't
and
do
shit.
it.
I thought the
He
dude
just-
was going to be the legit.
He just couldn't do it.
Andy Lee's a free agent for punters. He used
So
to be-
here is one thing I wanted to bring up, and somebody on Twitter, Brian Perez NFL, took this out of my brain and put it out on the tweets. Get ready for a lot more mock drafts to have Bijan Robinson to the Bears at number 9 overall.
That would be interesting.
You don't have to like it. You just have to prepare for it. It's coming
Didn't-
via the mocks.
Didn't I say that on Friday?
I did a mock on Friday that I did draft Bijan, but I drafted him at 15 because I made a first round trade with the fucking Packers.
Was it Packers?
With the
I was like, I know who
What?
drafts 15.
It was a weird mock, but I got
Clearly.
Bijan in the first. Could you
I think I'd be
imagine
okay
that?
with that.
So you had the Packers drafting up.
Yeah,
Did they take a quarterback?
no,
Okay, good.
they took Quentin Johnson, wide receiver.
I know who. I actually know who it is this time.
This time,
I mean, you add Bijan to that already young, explosive offense.
It's a fast backfield.
I mean,
you got Justin Fields too.
yeah, Justin Fields, Bijan Robinson, Herbert, Claypool, Moore, Mooney. All of a sudden, he's got some legit weapons.
Can I ask you a question?
No,
Who's going to block for him?
Orlando Brown Jr. and we sign him for
Okay.
too much money.
I was just asking.
yeah, or Broderick Jones. I guess you wouldn't be able to get him if you're getting
Yeah.
Bijan.
You can't have your cake and eat it too.
I mean, Bijan played at Texas last year. They really didn't have a line, so he kind of blocked for himself.
Okay.
About a
Looking
month,
to see
right?
If there's any news out there, just about.
What is it, April 15th?
No, it's the last weekend in April.
Oh,
It's
you're
about
right, you're right,
About
you're
5 weeks, 6 weeks out.
We'll have to do mock drafts on the show, too, like we did last year.
Mm-hmm.
Can I draft for the Packers?
Sure.
Sure.
Yay.
I'm drafting the Bears. I'm calling it now because I'm actually going to the draft.
That is true.
It does
You'll be
sound like Arden Key did get signed.
by
I don't know yet. I'm looking.
breaking news on this show.
Right?
I would love to go to the draft, but
Well, you're not going.
I'm not. I was invited, but I'm not going.
Yeah,
Tony Pollard got the franchise tag. I don't know if we mentioned that.
we did. We did.
Damn,
Yeah,
Broncos
see
buying
it.
everybody, aren't they? Garrett Stidham to the Broncos.
Jarrett.
Jarrett, whatever. Let me get through this Packers list real quick. All right.
It's one player.
No, there's two here. Nixon and Hansen. Jake Hansen.
We fucking resigned Jake Hansen.
Yep.
God fucking damn it. That kid sucks.
Happy to break that news live on the air for you.
God, he sucks.
Sounds like Zadarius Smith wants to be released.
What is going on in Minnesota?
Did we find out who Key signed?
Titans. Titans have agreed to
Ooh.
terms with DL Arden Key on a 3-year, $21 million deal with a max value of 24 that includes 13 fully guaranteed at signing.
Good for them.
Only 4.5 sacks last year.
You know what we did not talk about, though? Jalen Ramsey ended up in Miami.
That's true. Yeah. What'd they give up for him?
I don't remember what it was. Let me see if it's here.
Sure hope Mike
Third round
White's-
pick and tight end Hunter Long.
That's right. Sure hope Mike White's ready to carry this team into the playoffs.
I mean, he'll be more ready than Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy Two Gloves.
Teddy Two Glovers. Teddy Danny Gloves.
Well, let's see if we get any more news between now and Friday. I'm sure we do.
Oh, yeah. Jaquan Brisker tweeting out the heartbreak emojis.
Oh, is he about Key?
No, about Monty.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a lot of fans in that locker room.
Yeah. I mean, he's always a put your head down and work guy. All right, let's get out of here. We're going to be back on Friday. We're going to have XFL. We're going to have more NFL news. We're going to have all that fun shit. Anything exciting this week before we get out of here?
Trigger warning for Friday. There may be random cacaws the entire show.
The entire show.
The entire
Will
show.
be, for
Robert, I want to read one tweet real quick. Robert Griffin III tweeted out, Darren Waller just got married to Kelsey Plum of the Las Vegas Aces, and Josh McDaniels' wedding present was to trade him to the New York Giants. McDaniels is not a romantic. And guess who retweeted that or quote tweeted that?
Darren
Tom
Waller.
Brady.
Kelsey Plum of the Las Vegas Aces. And what she said is probably because he wasn't invited to the wedding. LOL. Oh, wonderful.
Oh, that's fucking great. All right, we'll be back on Friday. Be a friend. Tell a friend. See you, boys. Peace.